Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Joy from the Pirate Age crew, and this is my boyfriend Jack. We're here today to talk about a certain person in history. A young lady who hid with her family during the Holocaust, during World War II. Her name was Anne Frank. Some of you may have noticed that back in the Promised Land arc about a year ago, I think, we added the character. We added the character from character. We added her into our show, but at the time we didn't think much about the time because the character came from the movie Diary of Anne Frank from 1995. And since then she's basically been a character in our series. But we're here to actually also apologise to anybody who might have found us adding to our series offensive. We try to make the character non-offensive, but we try to make her basically like how she is in the movies, and a little bit how she was in real life. And the reason why Jack isn't talking because he's a bit, well, ashamed. Please, mind you, I think we're all ashamed here. But here's to clear things up. Anne Frank, well, she wasn't a pirate. She wasn't a pirate in real life. She was a girl. She was a 15-year-old girl hiding from the Nazis during World War II. Because her sister Margot was going to be taken away to a concentration camp. So Otto Frank and his family hid in an attic for 2 years. Until they were betrayed. Until then, Anne actually wrote a diary which she called Kitty. And she wrote about her feelings in it. She dreamed about being a journalist. In real life, she was a very sweet girl. And a very brave one too. and especially in the movies. But when her family was discovered, she was taken away, and Otto was the only one who survived. But her diary survived, and it's now on display. It's now on display in the Anne Frank Museum in Amsterdam, in Germany. When we actually saw the movie Diary of Anne Frank which the film was released in 1995. We decided to actually add her into our series, and so kind of a what if story. What if somebody saved Anne Frank? God knows, somebody saved her and her family. They would have been killed. The person who saved them would have been killed. And since then, we basically had her as a character in our series. We didn't mean to actually cause anyone to be offended. Not to Jewish people. Not for fans of her. Not to anybody. We just got a bit silly, that's all. And she has this little character quirk, but when she gets flat, the fact that she gets flattered, she gets saying that she denies it a little bit, and that's kind of disrespectful. So basically, hopefully in future events we can actually edit those parts out of the episodes and make them a little less offensive. Again, we're very, very sorry. We meant no harm and disrespect towards the real life Anne Frank, her family, and all Jewish people. Anne Frank, we are very, very sorry. Repeat, she wasn't a criminal. She wasn't a pirate in real life. She wasn't. This was just a silly little. This is just being silly and historical incorrect. I think that's what you call it. And we're very, very sorry. And to prove how sorry we are, here's a picture of Hitler getting burned alive. I hope that cheers. Hopefully that's cheered you all up. And again, we're very, very sorry. We'll look over Anne's future episodes, and we'll try to edit out some of the bits that might be a little bit inappropriate, and then we upload them again with new footage. Again, we are very, very sorry. And we're very sorry to Anne Frank, her family, and all the Jews who died in those awful camps. This type of thing, that type of thing the Jews suffered during the war can never happen again. It can never happen again. And don't worry, in the series, it's not going to happen in the series too. We didn't mean to hurt anybody. We're very, very sorry. And if you want to watch if you want to learn about Anne Frank, go online, go to the local library, or watch one of the films. The film that we actually got inspiration from was, again, the 1995 version, which is the anime one. Go and watch that. It's really good. It's here on YouTube. We'll leave a few links down below. And if some of you are still a little bit offended, we deeply apologise. So, from all of us to all of you, we are very, very sorry. Thank you, and we're sorry.